All right, Gary, what are we playing this week?
Well, Cole, here at DuckFeed, I have decided that everyone needs to take a personality test.
What?
To see what kind of person they are so we can get the most out of them.
Oh, okay. It's a team building kind of thing. Got to make sure that I am playing to my strengths.
Yes. Yeah. Incredibly important that we get the most out of you.
Yep.
And by we, I mean me and the patrons.
Oh my God. I know this is pursuant to something that we riffed about. I forget. We've recorded a lot. The book that comes with the Strengths Finder test, the Strengths Finder 2.0, opens up, as it's kind of explaining the philosophy behind the test or whatever, which is basically like, don't try and shore up your weaknesses, play to your strength. It like opens up with an essay about why the movie Rudy sucks. Like, Rudy never should have been playing football. He was small. He made the team worse. He could have been doing better things. Don't be your team's Rudy. And it's like, I'm pretty attached to the movie Rudy. I think it's really good. It's a good story. Hey, dude.
I have no attachment to Rudy, but I also think that's a very weird venue for this guy's blog post.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I felt like I would have forgotten that digression before we even started.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
So I have this here. I've got a study carol for you. You remember those?
I love study carols.
Me too, man. I bought a bunch of decommissioned ones. So go ahead. I've got this thing for you to fill out. It's gonna be a bunch of questions like, do you consider yourself to be, in this scenario, do you grab the piece of cake or do you slice it up and share it with your friends? Things like that.
Well, what smell do you most enjoy? Gasoline or bank customers?
Yeah, exactly. Do you enjoy excellent customer service or robbing from your boss?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do some time passing music.
Okay.
And while you fill out this test.
All right.
And then I'm going to run it through the computer and see what your score is.
Okay. I'll put in the usual thing that I put in. And here you go. I got the Scantron here for you, buddy.
Thanks. Thank you. Let me feed into the computer and looks like your personality type is you're an MASK.
An MASK?
Yeah, you're mad, angry, screamy, and cool with a K.
Cool.
Oh shit! Fuck. I cut corners. I was trying to get Myers-Briggs.
Okay.
For this, but I got the Marlowe-Briggs personality test instead.
I'm fine with that.
On accident.
Everybody gets Mask and Marlowe-Briggs.
Yes. My name is Gary Butterfield.
My name is Cole Ross.
Welcome to Abject Suffering, an anagram of 15 crab jugs.
Is that true? It sounds true.
It came from Riff, so I'm assuming so.
Okay, I trust Riff on anagrams. I trust Riff on most things.
I don't trust Riff on all things, but I definitely trust him on anagrams.
I trust him on a lot of things. Yeah.
I do trust him for... Well, there are a lot of things out there, though.
That's true.
I bet you it's a shockingly low percentage of things I trust him on. Like in terms of things.
Yeah.
I probably trust Riff on like 5% of the things.
Okay. But like...
Because there's stuff in there like advanced accounting and quantum engineering and surgery.
Right.
Yeah.
But if there's anything that Riff knows about, it is wordplay and anagrams and stuff like that. So 15 crab jugs it is. Yeah.
15 crab jugs it is. And today... we're talking about Marlowe-Briggs.
And the Mask of Death.
It is a golden time for wisecracking masks in video games. If you want to have an Ooga Booga mask, like a kind of racist witch doctor mask that wisecracks at you, boy, have we got several games for you.
You say it is a magic time for masks and games. What else have we played that has had the mask besides Crash Bandicoot a year ago?
And I'm sure we've done a video game adaptation of The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Oh, we have not done a video game adaptation of The Mask, my friend.
Oh, we gotta, let's rectify that soon.
Yeah, we got to get that in there. I mean, if we
yeah.
didn't have anything, I was going to take us into a digression about the mask because this is mask adjacent. But I mean, if we do an episode about the an SNES the Mask game, I'll watch that movie again.
Yeah. There's a Super Nintendo game. It's a side scroller. It may surprise you to find out, by Black Pearl Software. So we can, and published by Virgin, of course.
Okay.
So we can certainly do this at some point.
Okay. So I will keep my mask powder dry. As
don't watch the Mask for fun. You have to hold yourself, do Son of Mask.
Okay.
As the kind of methadone of Mask for a little bit.
You have to work your way up. Up to Mask. Full Mask.
Yeah. It's like a Shadow of Mordor. Like you have to work your way through the Son of Mask to get up to the Mask, and then eventually get to Father of Mask and Grandfather of Mask.
Mask of War.
Work your way up.
Yeah.
You know?
This is, I'm looking to see if anybody's put this into the suggestion box. This is a coal joint.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, I brought this one.
I thought that this was a suggestion.
No, this is Cole's Vanity Demand. I had no idea what this game was. All that I knew was like I was reading a Something Awful thread about like a Steam sale or whatever, and people were saying, "Oh, Marlo Briggs is $1 because Marlo Briggs is always $1. Check it out because it's actually kind of okay." And so
I'd say this is pretty good for $1.
Yeah, I'd buy that for $1, as RoboCop would say.
I would if time wasn't the only currency.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was honestly just looking for an excuse to see what this was, because there was no way, having paid $1 for this 7 years ago, that I was going to fire it up just out of curiosity. It had to be attached to a show.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Have you considered what that $1 would be worth now with inflation?
Probably like $1.12 or something like that.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Nobody suggested this. I'm surprised. This is like an infamous, not infamous, but like it is known among people who play weird, obscure games.
Yeah, this has the feeling of like a 6 or 7 out of 10. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
That has hidden gem appeal, but for me, it's like because of the competence of it.
Yes.
It's not because I feel like I am not that hungry for another God of War.
And that's what this is.
And this is God of War. It's God of War with a wisecracking mask. So imagine Kratos instead of having boy, he had a kind of racist mask that told him how cool he was.
Yes, or how sucky he was.
Or how sucky he was, depending.
Yeah.
And he fought everybody with a double-bladed hell scythe, and sometimes he parried missiles.
Yes.
At people. And that's kind of what this feels like.
Mm-hmm. No, you just described the entire game that I played in the first half hour or so.
There's not a whole lot more to it than that.
Yeah, and I felt it running out of steam by that point as I got to the point in the first level where it was like, and now here's where you shimmy along ledges by clinging to them. I was like, oh, okay, so we're getting to the climbing part. You're out of ideas now, aren't you? Okay.
And it's very quick.
Yeah.
To me, the redeeming part of this was the beginning story part, which was very funny. Mm-hmm. To me,
James Hong plays a good corrupt CEO. Yeah,
James Hong. Big Trouble in Little China, or the dad from Wayne's World 2, Cassandra's dad. Just really great actor. But just the idea of like I'm bringing my my smoke jumper boyfriend for just a field trip to an archaeological dig, and then just immediate evil. Like initially I thought that maybe this was a parody of 50 Cent Blood in the Sand.
Similar energy, and I was worried about saying that because I may have just been noticing that they both have black protagonist. Yeah.
Well, I thought we were going to have to try to get the mask back or something initially, because we went in and checked in with that dude, and she tried to quit, and I was like, oh, like he's going to try to get he wants her to be paid, but then it just turns out she gets damseled.
Yes.
And he gets murdered immediately.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to shoot him, and she's like, no, use that. Use the gigantic Soul Calibur double-headed death scythe that'll bring him back as an immortal warrior.
It's hilarious because we haven't seen it yet. Like it's not it's not the establishing shot of this like little tent office or whatever. It is like she's about to shoot him, and he goes, "No, use this very prominent spear that we've not seen before."
It's really good.
Yeah.
Double-headed, double scythe.
Yeah.
Which sends you into a hell realm where a mask revives you as an eternal warrior and starts. And this is the tone of this game is not funny, but unfortunately lighthearted. I found you're like, it's a lot of like, this is the kind of exchange that people on TV tropes probably think are very funny, where Marlo Briggs is like, it's going to be a bloodbath. And the mask is like, the gods will be pleased. And that's what we're dealing with here.
Right.
So if you like that kind of dialogue, here you go.
I do like the audacity of almost doing it like a green Aesop as well, because early on in the level you're walking along the slow mountain path and your mask guy says, yes, the natural beauty of my kingdom, and you round a corner and you see what this corrupt CEO has done. It's like a huge mining. It just basically started like strip mining the entire place. He's like, we must get revenge for what they have done to my kingdom. It's like,
yeah,
what? And then the ending,
kingdom.
and the ending, not to jump ahead, but they end with a sequel hook where you go back in time and you're just like kicking it with the emperor whose ghost is haunting the mask. And it ends with the camera panning out and showing the conquistadors arriving.
Yeah. Looks like it's time to suit up.
we got to deal with some Spaniards.
I couldn't handle the way initially it constantly switched to cutscene.
Yeah.
Like at the drop of a hat, like you'd be playing, you jump on something, and then it would be like, oh, like a crane is now falling, and a wrecking ball is going to come hit me, and a tire is going to fly by my shoulder, and this is all just going to be done in a non-interactive sense. And then I just get to another flat plane to do beat 'em up God of War combat.
Yeah, revengeance it ain't. It's not like putting you in these dynamic situations and you're controlling it the entire time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a huge bummer. And just like really, I mean, this came out in 2013, and boy, does it feel like it.
Yeah.
Like this is of its time in a way. Like, I don't know that this will necessarily be missed.
Right.
This kind of game and this kind of aesthetic and everything.
It's so late. Just in terms of like, we're going to make the Xbox's God of War, which is what this, what the attempt was. Like, this was published by Microsoft. Or no, it was published by 505, but like Microsoft Game Studios helped develop it. To do that in 2013, they had a chance. Yeah, that's a long time to say, here's our entry in the shallow character action beat 'em up genre.
Yeah, the tap 'em up.
Yeah, because like apparently Dante's Inferno didn't keep, like it didn't take.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it just has a bad shelf life. Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
I wish I had more to talk about the game. Like the cutscenes and stuff are kind of wild, but it's all wisecracking. Like it is a wisecracking mask that speaks English, talking about the fun of violence, and then you talking about getting revenge for your girlfriend.
Yes.
In a B movie kind of way that, again, I can imagine the enjoyability of this more than I can feel it.
It's the kind of game that I'm happy exists, right? To a certain degree, because like I want there to be B games. And it feels like I never identify them in the time, like the budget entry that just kind of lives off in obscurity, and maybe some of them bubble up and become like an EDF, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Even that though, like I end up finding the curve that we judge B games on a little bit frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. You get a Mr. Mosquito where like, it's not that fun, but it's remembered for its novelty kind of stuff.
Yeah. Or an EDF.
Yeah,
which is not that fun, but remembered for its novelty, and then they made 20 identical games of it. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Like it is this feels like a video game they'd be playing in CIS or CSI.
Oh yeah, you mean NCIS? Yeah.
Yes. There we go. Yeah.
Maybe
just
we
like
should
show,
have multiple primetime shows that are all anagrams that share the same letters.
Yeah, just letters.
Yeah.
So dumb. There's a new one coming out in fall as well.
Tonight on CBS, it is SICN.
SICN BS. Victim Squad. Victim fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about this that feels very generic to me that I had a really hard time with, even though I do like the idea of there being a person of color as the lead, and I like James Hong's performance as being deliciously evil.
Our dude does not seem at all perturbed by the fact that he died, or that he is denied eternal rest by being brought back as a spirit warrior,
or that his girlfriend's been kidnapped. Like it's mostly vengeance,
right?
At this point.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did you do the turret mini game with the helicopters?
No.
Yeah, there's a turret.
I tapped out before that. I was a little bit behind.
Yeah, there's a turret mini game that also reminded me of 50 Cent, because your guy hates helicopters, and you get on a turret and you've got a machine gun and you shoot down probably 50 of them over the course of this little game that you do. Yeah, I thought, I mean, I don't know. I think about what would I do if I was godly rich, right? You know, not just like, comfortable forever rich, but like had the money to do whatever I wanted. And I think that probably like the most attractive version of that particular kind of hell and, moral turpitude that you would have to get to that point is unlimited access to helicopters.
Sure. Yeah. Putting aside you always have to put the like, I wouldn't fix the water in Flint. Like
right.
All that stuff's taken care of, unlimited helicopters is your move.
Unlimited helicopters. I think I like helicopters a lot.
What would you do with these helicopters, Cole?
Probably fly from point A to point B, and in the middle, stay still while up in the air, because that's what helicopters do.
You only use one of them at a time? In this world, is a helicopter only good for one flight? Are they disposable Kodak helicopters?
It's never the same once a helicopter's broken in. It's just
nothing like fresh copter.
Oh man, just something about Chinook.
I gotta buy this copter in Tennessee where the age of consent is lower.
Yes, I'm a libertarian. Of course I'd be a helicopter libertarian.
This my underage helicopter doesn't have seatbelts.
Jeez. No, just again, godly rich. Some people, when they get enough money, they make it so I'm going to wear a fresh pair of socks every day. Okay, me, just disposable helicopters. Just leave them by the side of the road. I don't care.
Yeah, you want a Grand Theft Auto life. Mm-hmm. They say like Grand Theft Auto life, Grand Theft Auto wife. Yep.
Yeah. Like I think helicopters are funny. Just the idea, the funniest way to die is to walk into the tail rotor of a helicopter, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
And choppers, sometimes called Hueys. They have a lot of fun nicknames.
Yeah.
You turned me around on this. And
you never thought about helicopters that much. Yeah.
They also seem like they'd be easy. I know that's not true, but it just feels like something I could fly.
Barney Gumble. That's how he got sober, was by doing. Bag? Yeah. If Barney Gumble can do it,
I can do anything Barney Gumble can do.
Yeah. Except saying he's got a voice of an angel, but
he does have a voice of an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Helicopters. My only problem with helicopters is they can't go underwater yet.
Yeah. Well, we'll get watercopters.
Mm-hmm.
I think eventually.
Yeah.
What would I do if I had that kind of money? What frivolous thing?
Yeah, what frivolous thing? Again, you solve the problems. There's not you are the rare person who has resources but does not have people that you can help with them. So something
the non-existent person that I am.
Something to do. Again, you've got helicopter money. You have disposable helicopter money.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe one-man submersibles, the helicopters of the sea.
Wait a minute. You just took my idea about helicopters that go underwater.
Well, mine can go up in the air as well. Like eventually they'll be able to fly.
Okay.
So,
all right. Eventually, it's kind of like how every living thing eventually evolves into crabs. Yeah. Just that kind of thing. Helicopters and submersibles are always going to come together. Yeah.
It's a beautiful evolutionary step.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. I actually think I would just recreate things from my youth.
Oh yeah.
Like the guys who during the pandemic, like turned their basement into a video store.
Oh, I saw that.
Like,
yeah.
I would just do shit like that. Like turn my basement into a video store, turn my basement into an arcade. You know, that's like literally all I would do.
Yeah.
Turn another basement into a comic store. You know, I would just make fake retail spaces that looked like things that reminded me when I was young.
Fuck fake retail spaces. You've got helicopter money. Go back to your hometown, and then just, using photos and archival footage, bulldoze whatever was built up there and, and rebuild the stuff that was there. I miss the mall.
Yeah.
It was Kingsgate Mall in Mansfield, Ohio, where we would go to Laser Arcade, and they had a Buckeye Bakery and a coin store, and a sports memorabilia store, and an organ store. And like an Ohio lottery kiosk where we go buy scratchers to play in the food court. It's a Kroger now, but not for long, because I'm going to go in there and push all of the food out.
I'm going to crash several helicopters into it until the property values are low enough for me to buy it.
Yeah, I'm going to go in. I'm going to bring all of that stuff back. Laser Arcade's going to be there with its avalanche machine in the back, or no, aftershock machine in the back, and the skee ball at the right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would love to bring my old comic book shop guy, Scott Lohr, who started Legends and Lore comic books, and just forcibly bring him out of retirement. Like, I don't care where you live or what you're doing. I have money now.
Yep. If you have that kind of money, it's not just carrot, right? Like you may just see, some people, they're not sufficient. They're happy without helicopter money. What you have to do, say, hey, I will pay you money, but also I will use all of my resources to make life unbearable for you until you acquiesce to me.
We're talking about becoming the villain from Beta Test.
Yes, we are.
Where you just do broad daylight kidnapping to become a god.
Uh-huh.
And I'm saying that I would.
Yes.
Again, after all the problems are solved, I need to start creating some problems.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep busy.
And then eventually people are going to start trying to become millionaires or to stop my helicopter slavery business. Where I enslave people to reenact things from my youth. Be the barber who rubbed his balls on the back of my hand. Do it, slave.
I will blacken the sky. I will blacken the sky with my choppers.
Yep. I must have everything else. This middle school is now a fun fair 24/7. In case I happen to show up.
Yeah.
I would like to buy my hometown and just recreate it as my youth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm looking for is it's a good life situation, like the Twilight Zone.
Right.
I want the gig that kid had.
Being the magic autocrat.
Yeah. I want to be a magic autocrat in my hometown where I can just relive, parts of my childhood. Except now I can buy as many magic cards as I want.
Yeah.
Yep. But they have to be from people, who are in a WandaVision situation.
Yes. They have to be unable to escape, and they have to not be aware of their plight.
Yeah. Imagine the dream, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I want a hair. I need a haircut. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go to a Great Clips. I'm going to go to the famous hair that was next to the video game exchange. I'm going to sit on the horsey, and I'm going to watch the Tiny Toons music video special with the They Might Be Giant songs while they cut my hair and I eat a lollipop.
Famous hair.
Ooh.
It's a funny name for a thing.
It is. Yeah.
Buy in my hometown. Never thought about it. I did find when I was on Zillow sorting from low to high, which is a fun thing to do in my hometown, and found several like creepy haunted buildings that are now abandoned creepy lots that I could buy for like frighteningly affordable amounts if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like this where the haunted, like the definitely closed down veterinarian from the 70s is now a $3,000 mud lot that I could own. It's like a fun feeling.
Just if you just want to have a place to do some dumping.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having just a little patch.
Yeah.
Just to do some dumping or to like, if I'm ever staying in my hometown, I can like pitch a tent.
Yeah. It's my lot.
Get haunted by some pet hamsters.
Yeah, there's no sewers. There's no power. There's no gods.
Yeah.
I blacken the sky with my helicopters.
I'll make everything with hemp.
Yeah.
I'm a god. I'm a billionaire god now. I'm like Woody Harrelson.
Doing that search is a good way to find a lot of mysterious posts that are sticking out of cracked asphalt with chains that go to nowhere.
Man, have you been following this trend that on Twitter of people on like TikTok finding hidden rooms and basements and shit they didn't know they had?
No, I haven't. Okay,
a bunch of those have bubble up to the top. It's cool.
I saw one. It was a woman in New York who felt like a weird breeze from behind her mirror. And
there's a room back there?
Yeah. And she was like, oh, I took the mirror down. It wasn't just a room. It was an entire other apartment that was like under construction.
Yes. Yes. That shit's so cool.
Yeah.
There's also a woman who found a basement under the carpeting in her kitchen.
Holy shit.
Like pulled up the thing and there's like furniture down there and stuff. And it's like super scary. And I'm like, man, that is like the scariest thing.
I love that so much. That is so good. Oh,
my buddy Derek is remodeling his house and he found in the ceiling this like ancient, like weird wrought iron vent that's like very like beautiful. Like, there's tons of artistry in it, but it had been like papered over. Ooh. He also found a door out to his porch that had been like walled up.
Nice.
So like he had a separate way to get to his porch that they just decided to like Amontillado.
no options, please. Board it up.
Yeah, it's very like I love that shit.
Yeah, I mean
that's hidden space.
My sense is that's a common dream. I mean, I've had that. You've had that dream, right? Where there's a door that goes in. Your apartment is secretly bigger than you thought it was, or every house you lived in as a child is connected to end, that kind of thing, like a Borges kind of deal. Yeah,
that is that feels good.
Yes.
I like that scariness.
Yeah. Well, like that's exactly what I thought of when that woman found. It was an annoying TikTok because it was like in 10 parts with a lot of buildup when it could have just been, hey, you'll never guess what I found behind this mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, TikToks are annoying.
Well, yeah.
Not to be like an old man, but
and except when they're fucking hilarious. But just
sometimes they're funny, but it is just like sifting through them.
Yeah.
I just came up with a brilliant idea.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
We both become billionaires.
Okay.
Because we'll take a lot of resources for this idea. And we need a lot of other people with disposable income for this to work.
Okay.
But we create a business where demented billionaires who are like us hire us to build a house, but we build it full of secrets for them.
Oh.
And they don't get to see it until they move in. House.
Puzzle house. That is Puzzle really house. Good. Like, oh man.
We're going to build you a Jindosh mansion and you don't get to know what it is until you live in it.
Mm-hmm. You get no input. Like
there
you can
secrets here. Your kids will discover shit.
You can set parameters. Okay, you can say
no spikes. For spikes.
for my family, like I'm going to need 3 bedrooms, a bonus room for an office. Just lay out like the basics of what you need. This needs to be like accessible or whatever, right? You get those. No other input. They arrive. They're blindfolded, and then we do like the extreme home makeover bus reveal, right? And the pulls away and they walk in and the game begins.
And right before we do this, we invent a little concept I like to call the Murphy toilet.
So Murphatizing a toilet seems like you're playing with gasoline because there are 2 things in there that will ruin most surfaces, namely water and shit. So.
Yeah. But therein lies the game.
You need stakes is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like if you could just go to the bathroom normally, it's not very much of an adventure house,
So you walk in, no toilets.
Toilets.
But there is a small note. It's in a cipher. And you have to look around the house for clues. Missed house. Yep.
To find the right wall that you pull down to be a Murphy toilet. And it wouldn't have to create a huge mess because you could just leave it down, No,
this is a wandering Murphy toilet. Like when you when you so you push it back into the wall like a drawer, it seals, gets like an airtight seal. And then that cannot be used again because the toilet shows up elsewhere. Okay.
Or it's only usable once, like it dissolves, it's made of paper or something.
Yeah. I mean, we can cheap out on this. We can make it basically like those little razor slots in bathrooms where you just put you just put your used safety razors into the hollow in the wall. Like we can just have people leaving their business in between studs
In the wall.
right?
No one would know.
Right.
Yeah.
No one would know.
Yeah. It'd be wonderful, And then so you have to find the wandering Murphy toilet, or we invent the Murphy toilet that comes to you, like the Alexa, where it just anticipates when you need to use the bathroom through like a bio counter Apple Watch, and every wall is a Murphy toilet. So like you're just standing there talking to a friend or whatever, and then a toilet in the wall just goes, and it knows that one of you needs to use the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like,
is this mine or is this yours? Which one is this?
Can I have the room? Yeah. Well, I guess I could go. You guess?
I mean, you're the one making this awkward, okay? The house gave me a toilet.
Yeah. The house is very generous. You're the one who is a miser.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I love Puzzle House.
Just a very insistent, just watching Legends of the Hidden Temple for Adaptation Decay just made me realize, like the things that would make me happiest are just secret passages,
Yeah. Or like there are rooms in my house or my dream house that I would use so infrequently that I wouldn't mind an obstacle course in front of them. Or like something like that. Like I have to like climb an aggro crag in order to get up to the attic.
Yeah.
That wouldn't feel so bad. That feels appropriate.
I basically have to climb an aggro crag to get into my attic. So.
Yeah, that's how attics are anyway. May as well make it exciting.
Yeah.
Might as well add some gack. To it.
Well, the Murphy toilet recycles all of the product into inert gack to be used on the aggro crag to get into the attic.
Food safe gack. Human grade USDA gack.
Yep. Yeah, it's fit for circus
By
animals.
Humans,
It's fine.
humans.
Yeah. By humans for humans.
Yeah.
There was a house I was looking at that would have been, it was an older house. And just that ultimately ended up scotching the deal. Because the people who were the previous.
Hold up a second.
Okay.
Is scotching the deal racist? How does it scotch? Is it because of Scottish?
Scotch verb. My last name is Ross, so I can own it. No, just it doesn't say like antiquated. Scots people, let me know. I say scotched a lot. Just to say decisively put an end to. No? Oh.
No.
Weird.
No, and I talk to you more than anybody.
I suppose.
More than your family or your friends.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Anywho,
but you know what I mean when I say that though, right?
Well, I do now.
Okay.
Like I'd never heard it before.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah. No. What ended up? It was old. It would have needed repairs. When you looked up in the attic, like the very spacious, like spooky attic. When you looked up where the eaves met, you would see daylight, and it's like, this is too much. This is too much house for me. And it had like a really spooky like half height basement that was like unfinished to the point where like I think when it rained there would be a river in it.
Yeah,
like just that kind of
swamp pool.
Oh, swamp pool there. And also there was a welded shut cistern out back. And I was like, there's probably some cool stuff in that cistern.
Oh, definitly.
Basically it would have been a way for me to buy some very expensive problems when I was unable to deal with them. Also the previous owners had stripped all of the electronics out of the house. So there was there were like I would have had to provide an air conditioner and a furnace for a 2-story house. Right. Yeah, no, it's a very good idea that I didn't buy that house. But if there was going to be in this town a puzzle house, that would have been the one.
Yeah. This may exist. I wonder if anyone's like listening and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, you fucking idiots."
Oh, like when we talked about grown up like playgrounds or jungle gyms, like, oh, there's this cool place in Missouri where you can just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Because this feels like there could actually be this as a thing.
Well, I mean, especially as like, every billionaire is a fucking nerd now, or nerds become billionaires. So like, we're not the first people with our own particular neuroses or who grew up watching Webster or whatever. who have an affinity for mansions with secret passageways. You know, this is not the first time that's happened.
No. And this to me is a positive way that all the billionaires can be dorks, as opposed to like the fact that like the Amazon project for finding their AstroTurf people is called like Project Veritas.
Jesus.
And Elon Musk tweeting that music makes his heart sing. You know, shit like that, which is like, you fucking, I want to pants you so bad, you fucking apartheid nerd. But like, you're 50, fuck off.
Yeah.
You know,
stop tweeting anime cat girl memes. You fucking
like you're not good at this, and it's very sad and pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's no good.
No, no good.
If I can't blacken the sky with helicopters, I at least want Puzzle House. So
yeah, give us one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick before we leave.
Okay.
Did you notice that the game fact for this was the game fact of the month in 2003?
No, I didn't.
Or game fact of the month, October 23 by Dom's Ninja. Award-winning fact. The first time we run into these somehow.
You know, I've seen like tags applied to some of the facts. I've never seen a fact of the month winner.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You know, so go Doms.
Yeah, good on you, Doms. Ending your fact with a TV on the radio quote.
Maybe he just puts this in all of his thing because he also got it for December 2019 for his Blasphemous fact. Oh, and maybe he's just that good, or maybe this is just part of his SIG.
Oh, maybe this is self-applied, but like the other ones are like, you know, user's choice. Like this is the most active.
Yeah.
Like I've seen these tags before, but that's
this
really,
guy's a god.
That's, I mean, just the idea that you could self-apply one of those is really cheap to me. So
yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah,
like a lot of these are facts of the year. This is truly one of the best fact people that we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a good fact. It's well formatted. I don't necessarily need to know how to. You get the abject suffering star. Like when we see somebody who's received a lot of rewards, let's just pile on more awards.
Yep. Congrats.
Yeah.
Most recommended, highest rated.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's great.
Master of the craft. I want to see his reviews. 1 second here. Let's see if he has any outsides. Build us a puzzle house, for fuck's sake. No, I want to be more generous than that. Please, we would appreciate a puzzle house. What?
3.5 stars for Rocket Slime. Pass.
No.
What should people do if they like the show?
Well, if they like the show, they can support us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/duckfeedtv. Get 2 extra episodes per month at $5, and at $10 get access to the 100+ bonus episodes.
Oh yeah. And so support us. Leave ratings, reviews, tell your friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's very appreciated.
It is.
We would like it if you did that. I need to use the bathroom, so I got to go use my Murphy toilet. What can they do until next time, Cole?
Well, as our friend on Twitter, Bobby C. Jameson, always says, until next time, have a great summer.